Ladies and gentlemen, Texas takes another L. And I hope I put that on the screen right. I think that's how you do the L. I don't know because I can't, Anyway, Texas takes another L. I'm getting tired of this. They're making my state look bad. And I really, really hope that Texas takes a harsh stance against these people who hurt this baby boy. Nothing he did in this life on this earth, he didn't deserve none of what he got. And I want you guys to hear what his biological mother and mom's girlfriend did. Yes, you guys heard that right. It is not a typo. This is mom's girlfriend. Okay? Even though that looks like a dude, she looking like a man. She looking like a man. Where's Miss Swanson? Where's Miss Swan when you need her? Let's back this up. She looking like a man. I know you guys might think that's a dude named Pedro, but no, that is actually a woman by the name of Reina Sanchez. That thing that has the t-shirt that says El Jefe. El Hefte, more like hefty. But let's talk about this particular story because it centers around this baby boy who did not stand a chance with his mom and his mom's effed up girlfriend. Now, 3 children died at Cook Children's Medical Center in Fort Worth, Texas between March the 17th and April the 12th. So I'm going to preface this. And I want to give a shout out to my source, which is sufferthelittleChildrenblog.com, because they also advocate for children. They do put up a lot of stories. So make sure you guys check out sufferthelittleChildrenblog.com. Now, the manner and death of all these children were considered to be homicide. The cause for all 3 children was blunt force trauma, among other things. So what that means for those who are not familiar, these children got beat up by their caretakers. All right? Sorry, I had to take that out of my mouth. Now, yesterday marked the first arrest in any of these 3 murders. So let's talk about this. Around 4:35 p.m., this was March the 19th of 2020, so it wasn't that long ago, a 911 call summoned the Fort Worth police officers and an ambulance to the 3313 Bonaventure Boulevard South in Fort Worth on a report of an unresponsive child who wasn't breathing. When first responders arrived, a young woman was performing CPR on her 4-year-old son by the name of Stetson Blackburn. That, ladies and gentlemen, is baby Stetson Blackburn. A typical, normal, young, smiling baby. He's 4 years old, and to me, he's a baby. Okay? That baby boy was immediately rushed to Cook's Children's. The same day, the FWPD, which is Fort Worth Police Department, Crimes Against Children Unit, the CACU, launched an investigation interviewing Stetson's mother. On the left-hand side right there, that is 23-year-old. I don't know why they took a mugshot like that. She looks stupid. You could barely see her face. That is 23-year-old Shannon Lynn Gray. Let me get this El Jefe dude off my face, off my screen, off my face. On the right-hand side right there, that's the mother, Shannon Lynn Gray, and her girlfriend, 24-year-old Reina, which is R-E-Y-N-A, Marie Sanchez. I have one word. Damn. Damn. Is it getting that hard out in the streets for the women? Like, God, dog, like, that was it? That was your only choice. This creature who was trying to emulate a man just ain't got no neck. I tend to think that people who do not have a neck, this thing right here, if you don't have a neck, I don't think you are a suitable person to be around kids. I don't think you're a good parent if you don't have a neck. But nonetheless, 23 and 24 years old. Now, According to Reina Sanchez, the girlfriend, the dude that looking like a girl that, I don't know, that's simulating a man, she, Stetson, the 4-year-old boy, and his 3-year-old brother spent some time at her sister's house that afternoon before going to Taco Bell to go eat. Because, of course, when it is big and you fill up that much of the screen, of course you have to eat a lot, right? When they arrived at home, she put the 2 young boys down for a nap around 3:30 p.m. And 2 minutes later, she said that Stetson began gasping for air and he had vomit, food, and blood coming out of his nose and mouth. He was bleeding from everywhere. I'm going to repeat that again. They said that this baby boy was bleeding from everywhere, she said. So she put him in the shower where he became unresponsive. Hashtag that's BS. That's a bunch of BS already. I can already tell. But let me tell you a little bit more. At that point, Reina Sanchez, the woman who looked like a man, that's actually a woman with no neck, said that she began CPR and calling the mother, Shannon Gray, on the left-hand side, who also looks like a little, I don't know. She looks like just weird. Like she don't know whether she want to be a boy or a woman. I don't know. She just looked funny as shit. Anyway, she called the mom on the phone and told her to come home. She did not want to call 911. I repeat. Reina Sanchez did not want to call 911, even though you supposedly have a kid who is having a completely medical condition that you did not cause based on what you're trying to get us to believe, but you didn't want to call 911. And one would have to wonder, why would you not want to call 911, right? Because she wanted to see if it was going to be something small. Really? Let me ask the people in the chat, because we're live right now. Let me ask you guys in the chat. How many of you guys think that if you got up, you woke up 2 minutes later from a nap, and you were gasping for air, throwing up, and blood coming out of your nose and mouth, how many of you guys would think, yeah, let's just see if this kid is going to be okay? So you mean to tell me your first instinct is not to take your kid to the goddamn hospital? Are you kidding me? Fat boy? Huh? What an irresponsible damn idiot. This baby boy had blood coming out of his nose and mouth and food, and he was gasping for air, and she said, let's see if he just makes it. What kind of a human being thinks like that? But if it sounds like BS and smells like BS, it probably is BS. Okay? Now, when the mom, Shannon Gray, finally got to the house, she was the one to call 911. And Reina Sanchez, fat boy, told the detective that she did not lay a hand on Stetson. Which we now know that that's probably a damn lie. She said, in fact, that she never disciplined him. How many of you guys believe that? That's the mom and the baby boy. She says she never disciplined him at all. How many of y'all think that's a load of crap? How many of you guys got your poo emojis? Would you guys, as channel members, like to post that poo emoji in the chat if you guys smell something that don't sound right or smell right? Huh? Because that sounds like a bunch of crap to me. The mother, Shannon Gray, however, was interviewed by the same detective and immediately said it was her fault. She let this happen. Right there. She told on her girlfriend and said it was her fault. She let this happen. But I want you guys to remember, they didn't just arrest the fat boy that looked like a fat girl that's trying to play a fat boy. They didn't just arrest Reina, the girlfriend. They also arrested the biological mother. So what do y'all think that the mom did and played a part in this story that got her arrested? Anybody want to take a guess on that? Let's keep going. She said that Stetson was fine when she left for work at about 8:30 that morning, and that Reina Sanchez called her at about 4:10 p.m. to tell her that her son was unresponsive. And I think what sucks even more is the fact that these women who have custody of these kids will refuse to let the fathers see their kids, but they'll put their kids around anybody else. How many times have I told you guys that's what a lot of these irresponsible parents do? Does that sound familiar? They'll let the girlfriend see the kids. They'll let the boyfriend see the kids. They'll let the babysitter that's playing like a woman, who's actually a man, see the kids and take the kids places. They'll let the neighbor see the kids. They'll let the play step the step, what do they call that? Not the stepmother, but the godmother. Everybody can see the kids except the biological father. But yous had to go to work, and you couldn't split custody with the dad, so you left your kid around this violent ass creature with the El Jefe t-shirt on, looking like pork and bean. We're gonna call her pork and bean. That's what she looked like. I'm gonna just call her pork and bean. I don't know, man. Reina Sanchez, which is this one, that's Reina Sanchez, says she told her Stetson was acting like he was last night. When she got the call home, she saw her son lying sideways, limp and unmoving. So she began to do CPR and called 911. She told the detective she gave Stetson an ass whooping. And if you guys are listening to the sound of my voice, if y'all still believe that spanking children and being physical with children is the right way to go about disciplining your children, then I'm here to tell you that you are a terrible parent. You can't reason with a 4-year-old. You can't reason with a 2-year-old. You're not smart enough to reason with a 3-year-old. So what do you have to do? You got to beat them the fuck up to teach them what? When you beat somebody that can't defend themselves and can't speak for themselves, all that teaches them is fear. I'm telling you guys from my professional experience as a counselor, if you put your hands, feet, or other objects on a kid, all it teaches them is fear. And if you rule by fear, that fear will come to bite you in the ass. It will come back to haunt you. Teach your kids from here, not from here. Think about that. All right? Now, she said that Stetson got an ass whooping on Wednesday night because he was lying. In an affidavit, Detective Adam Perry of the CACU wrote, the mom, Shannon Gray, said she overdid it. Shannon Gray, the mother, told detectives that she spanked Stetson 35 to 40 times on his bottom with a belt before laying him down and spanking him about 10 more times, which would amount to about 50 times that she hit this kid. Please put that into proper perspective. She hit this kid 50 times. This boy was 4 years old. 4. And you hit a 4-year-old 50 times. But y'all want my videos taken down because y'all don't like my words. Isn't that something? But I'm not going out and beating my daughter 50 times. I don't have to. Because me as a father, I raised my daughter here. And here in her heart. Not with these. That's why she's an excellent kid. Shout out to my daughter. You don't have to beat children up to get them to do what it is that you want them to do. You just have to be a good parent. And it just seems like people are unwilling to do that. She then hit him with a belt about 20 more times in the head. Oh my God. Which she said Reina Sanchez made her do. So instead of 50 times, now she's hit this kid about 70 times. 20 of those times. Why would you spank a kid in the head anyway? What the I'm going to try to mind my mouth. Why would you spank a kid in the head with a belt? A 4-year-old. But some of y'all are actually going to try to rationalize that and tell me how that actually makes some type of damn sense. After feeling badly about her conduct, Mom Shannon Gray apologized to her son and put him in a cold shower. I'm going to try to finish the story out. I'm getting really upset. She said that Reina Sanchez made baby Stetson hold his hands over his head while he was in the shower, and then when he was too slow to dry off, Reina Sanchez pushed him down and kicked him multiple times in the stomach. Somebody please confirm that you heard what I said. Somebody please acknowledge in the chat that y'all heard what I just read. I just feel like I need to reiterate it to get people to understand how serious this is. Let me break it down for people that, yes, I know it's hard to hear, but I want you guys to remember, all we have to do is listen to these babies' stories. That little boy Stetson, he had to live through it. We didn't have to experience what that baby experienced. All Stetson, who is in heaven next to Jesus right now, all he is asking us to do is hear his story. He wants us to be enraged about this enough to a point to make a difference so that another child will not have to go through what this baby boy went through. How many of you guys understand what I'm saying? This baby boy does not want any other child to go through what he went through. And all we have to do is hear these stories, share these stories, and if we get that enraged, if it makes us that sick, if it's that hard to hear, then that means that we need to take action in real life, because there's somebody that lives in Ohio. What's the population of Ohio? Matter of fact, what's the population of Canton, Ohio? How many people actually live in Canton, Ohio? Can somebody do a quick Google search on that and tell the chat and everybody else who's listening how many people live in Canton, Ohio? How many people could have actually made a difference in this baby boy's life and just chose to see something and they didn't say nothing? Because I actually have somebody who I'm getting ready to call out here in a moment. If y'all are ready to hear this, I'm going to call somebody out for seeing something and didn't say anything. Hello? Hello? I want to ask the people, because I got the city wrong, not Canton. This story came out of Fort Worth, Texas. What is the population of Fort Worth, Texas currently, if you guys could do a quick Google search on that? And I want you guys to understand how many people live in Fort Worth, how many people potentially could have saved this baby boy's life that saw something and could have said something and just failed to do so. So I want people to put that in the proper perspective. The girlfriend or the girlfriend that looked like a boyfriend, that's the girlfriend, this guy or this girl, whatever you want to call her, Reina Sanchez. Why was Reina Sanchez watching this 4-year-old boy take a shower? How many of you guys are listening to the sound of my voice even thought about that? Anybody? How many of y'all caught that? If y'all would, please click the thumbs up. Help share the stream. Our goal is 300 thumbs up, so please don't forget to click that thumbs up. How many of you guys thought about the fact that she made this baby boy raise his hands while he was in the shower? Then, once he was drying off too slowly, she pushed this baby boy down and kicked him in his stomach multiple times as hard as she could. A 4-year-old. Why is there not a molestation, a child rape, something? Why is there not a charge like that? Why is the girlfriend looking at this child naked and violating him in the bathroom? Y'all don't find that a little bit odd also? What if that were a man that did that to a girl? Y'all be saying that boyfriend sexually abused that little girl, wouldn't you? So why can't we say that this beastly looking woman came into this bathroom when she shouldn't have been in the goddamn bathroom with this woman's child, watching him take a freaking bath, and then he didn't bathe and dry off the way that you wanted him to. So you thought the appropriate method of punishment or discipline was to push him down and kick this baby boy in his freaking stomach multiple times as hard as your fat ass could do. But somebody out there is going to defend that action. Huh? Y'all going to say it was postpartum depression? Y'all going to say maybe she was just having a bad day. She just going through something emotionally, right? By the way, the population is 895,008 back in 2008. Damn near 1 million people in Fort Worth, Texas. That's a lot of opportunity that could have saved this baby boy if somebody would have known that something was wrong. Pay attention. At that point, the mom, Shannon Gray, said that Stetson screamed and stiffened up after he was kicked in the stomach. And that was after the beating, but it seemed he was out of it. She told her girlfriend that they had to take him to the hospital, but Reina Sanchez insisted that they could not do that. The mom, Shannon Gray, told the detective that Reina Sanchez abused the 4-year-old boy Stetson several times in the past, including smacking him hard with an open hand, strangling him, and using a belt to hit him in the head. So she's spanked this boy in the head before and strangled him. What? She said that Reina Sanchez, her girlfriend, had told her that she had thought about killing that 4-year-old boy Stetson. But yet this mom cared more about her own personal pleasures, her own selfish pleasures, that she was willing to sacrifice her son. But you wouldn't even have given up custody to the biological father. Selfish. Hashtag babies for benefits. Can somebody type that in the chat? Because she didn't love this kid. Shannon Gray, the biological mother, did not love this boy. She didn't love her kid at all. She hated him. But yet she wouldn't give up custody to the dad. That evening, during an interview, Reina Sanchez, the girlfriend, finally admitted that one evening of Wednesday, March the 18th, the 4-year-old Stetson was dallying after his cold shower, only drying one spot on his body, so she decided an appropriate punishment was kicking him in the ribs. She said she had also kicked him 3 times in the stomach as hard as she could. So hard, in fact, that she hurt her big toe. That fat ass Boy George looking chick said she had the nerve to say that she hurt her foot kicking a 4-year-old boy in the stomach as hard as she could. Come on, man. This wasn't the first time she had been physically abusing Stetson either. She said examples given hitting Stetson as hard as she could with a shoe or any other handy object, and sometimes lifting the boy off the ground by his throat. Once, she said, she hit her girlfriend's son so hard in the head with her hand that the blow bruised her finger. I'm going to repeat. He's 4 years old. Doctors from Cook Children's Medical Center told investigators that the injuries baby Stetson endured included a traumatic brain injury, a subdural hematoma, cardiac arrest, and acute respiratory failure. That's how hard he got kicked and beat multiple times by Pork and Beans, aka Boy George, aka El Jefe. That guy or that girl or that guy, whatever. I'm confused. They're confused. They're just all kinds of effed up over there, okay? Now, the EMTs with med staff and Fort Worth firefighters who had responded to the initial 911 call told detectives that they had seen the bruising on Stetson's head near his temple, as well as a goose egg on his forehead and bruising on the back and onto the back of his legs. Ultimately, Stetson was declared brain dead 2 days after arriving at the hospital at 10:38 a.m. on Saturday, March the 21st of this year. In Cook Children's Intensive Care Unit, the little boy ended up being pronounced dead. Fortunately, some of Stetson's organs were able to be donated through Life Gift, L-I-F-E-G-I-F-T, Life Gift. So at the very least, his death was able to give others the chance to live. But they should have never had an opportunity to even get this baby boy's organs, because he should have had a safe, healthy environment. That picture is a lie. That mother did not love this kid whatsoever. An autopsy conducted on this baby boy's body was by Dr. Tasha Greenberg of the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office, although the results were not finalized until this month. Investigators executed 2 search warrants at the family's mobile home, and canvassed the trailer park for witnesses. They also executed 5 search warrants for cell phone records and the women's social media accounts. Reina Sanchez, aka Pork and Beans, Reina Sanchez's sister, told detectives on March the 22nd that Stetson also often had bruises when she visited the trailer home. Bookmark this part of the story. Bookmark this part. She told them about a time when she stayed with the mom, Shannon Gray, and the girlfriend, Reina, during which the 2 women took 4-year-old Stetson to another room in the trailer home, after which she overheard 15 pops or slaps. 15 pops or slaps. She also recalled an incident in which Stetson had a black eye, which the mom, Shannon Gray, claimed was caused by when Stetson moved while she was beating him with a shoe. On July the 27th, Detective Perry obtained a capital murder warrant for both Reina Sanchez and Shannon Gray. The mother, Shannon Gray, was arrested on July the 31st, which was a few days ago, by authorities in Tennessee, while Reina Sanchez was taken into custody by the Fort Worth Police Department Fugitive Unit. Both women were arrested on suspicion of capital murder of a person under the age of 10, which you guys know that falls under the super aggravated child laws that Texas has, that a lot of other states should think about adopting those laws, because we go hard on criminals here in Texas. But I'm going to say that again because I don't know if people caught this part. Hashtag see something, say something. I'm going to be a little bit harsh before I show y'all these news videos. Thick girl 40 got it. The sister needs her ass whooped as well. Here's why. She said she often saw this boy having bruises when she visited the trailer home. So that means she saw it and did not care. Okay? So that means she should have been mandated to let the police know or let CPS know or say something, and she didn't. For that, she needs to be arrested. But there's more. There's more. She told them about a time when she stayed at the house or this apartment trailer, which the two women took this baby boy into another room, and she heard them hit this boy 15 times. Strike number 2. Oh yeah, strike number 3 against the sister. She recalled yet another incident in which the boy had a black eye, and the mom actually told her out of her own mouth, she admitted that she was beating the boy. The boy moved because the 4-year-old boy didn't want to get beat up by his mom, and the shoe that she was beating the boy with hit him in the goddamn eye. Fort Worth, I live out here in this area. Guess what you also need to go execute a warrant for? The sister. I'm going to start a petition against that sister if you guys don't arrest that shitty ass sister. You know why? Because she saw the abuse happen, let it happen, and didn't say shit. She watched the process of this 4-year-old boy be murdered and didn't say a thing to anybody. How are you not arrested for that? That is egregious in itself. I'm going to show you guys the news videos, and I'm going to try my best to mind my tongue. I know I do have some people out there that are watching that are a little bit younger, so I apologize about my foul language. I do apologize, but I've got to say this how I got to say this. Let me give you guys the fair use. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. For the people who might not be familiar, you guys know that we do take a harsh stance on people who hurt children. We've already got somebody arrested. We've gotten a few people actually caught. We had criminals that were caught. That's something that the AFC is actually participating. We get people arrested. Huh? We take action. Are you guys ready to make another arrest? Are you guys ready to claim credit for another arrest? Well, how about we think that we need to go arrest this sister? The sister is Reina Sanchez's sister. We're going to find out what her name is. We're going to put her picture up. We're going to make sure that we find out where she lives. We're going to go to the Fort Worth Police Department. We're going to get her ass arrested. Huh? How about that? We are going to get justice for this baby boy, Stetson, who cannot speak for himself nor defend himself. Mark my word, we are going to make this stop. And we can do this together. All right? Let's go ahead and get this first video started. Let's get it.
New at 5 o'clock, a Fort Worth woman has been arrested, accused of killing a 4-year-old child. Authorities are telling us the suspect, Reina Sanchez, is the girlfriend of the child's mother. Police say that she admitted to abusing the child the night before he was found unresponsive. Little Stetson Blackburn was taken to Cook Children's on the 19th of March and then died 2 days later from blunt force injuries. The child's mother, Shannon Gray, has also been arrested, by the way. Both now are facing capital murder charges.
Out of a squad.
I'm going to give my closing thoughts on this story. Again, I'm going to reiterate that Pork and Bean's sister, I'm going to find out if that person is of legal age that can be arrested for a crime. I'm going to find out her name. I'm going to find out what we need to. And again, the preface, understand, I said the preface is we need to find out if that sister is of legal age that can be convicted of a crime. If not, then maybe there's not much we can do about that. But if this person is of legal age, which in Texas, that would be age 17 years old, which that's the age of consent, then that person, age 17 and above, needs to be held liable for watching this baby get murdered. And you didn't say shit to anybody. That in itself is a crime. That should be an arrestable offense. It should be on your record. So that way all of us can Google search your record, look you up, and find out, oh yeah, that's the whore that lets children get killed and think that it's okay. You know what they're going to get? These two assholes, they're going to get either life in prison or the death penalty. Because guess what? That's what capital murder is. Especially in Texas. Because we have this thing called super aggravated child abuse laws, which protect children. That means that my state, my people, the AFC, we believe in protecting our babies. Nobody is going to get away with hurting our babies. We're going to take a stance on that. And I encourage you guys who are out there listening to the sound of my voice to pitch in, support us, help us however you can. Even if it means just being a viewer. Pitch in, tell a phone, tell a friend, share the links, tell somebody else to come check out our channel and help us defend our babies. Because what's sad is that as much news coverage as a lot of these stories get, most people only hear about these stories for the first time on our channel. And everybody should know about these stories. These people not only should get life in prison, but I don't even see the reason why they should even exist on this earth anymore. I hope people don't feel like that's too harsh of me to say that. Let me see if I can get both of their photos back up on the screen. Give me a moment. These two right here deserve the harshest laws, deserve the harshest penalties under our laws. They don't need to be in our society anymore. They don't need to be wasting our tax dollars anymore. And guess what? They don't need to be breathing anymore. People say that you shouldn't judge, which is actually inaccurate. If we are to be Christ-like, which is little Christians, God judges, Jesus judges, and guess what we should do? We all should have the ability to judge from right and wrong, good and bad, hot and cold, right and wrong. Hope you caught that. Hope that didn't go over your head. Everybody should be able to judge and make good judgments. I hate when people say you can't judge. That's incorrect. That's not right. And it's not scripturally accurate. I'd like to thank the AFC for all that you guys do, because this is not a me thing. This is a we thing. And us as a family, we're going to get justice for these kids. And guess what? We're going to see this thing through to the end. And I promise this to baby Stetson Blackburn, who was 4 years old, who could not speak for himself, nor could he defend himself against the tyranny of his caretakers. We're going to see this through to make sure that this baby gets justice, okay? So to this young prince, we want to wish him an RIP in heaven. Young prince, we're going to do our best to make sure that this don't happen to anybody else. To no other kids. This has got to stop, and I hope it stops soon. I'm DJ Just J. We are the AFC, where we advocate for children first. From my heart to yours, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. And we'll see you guys on the next stream. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That concludes this story.